The average American consumes 247 eggs per year. That means over 76 billion eggs are consumed every year in America. Eggs are an incredible source of protein and have just the right mix of essential amino acids to boost muscle growth in humans. But the thing I'd like to know is, what did it take for that egg to get on your breakfast plate this morning? To solve this mystery, I decided to visit Oakdale Eggs, Wrightwood Egg Farm, in Lewiston, Utah. Here I met Max Richards, senior chicken wizard, and Mark Woodward, manager and part owner. I asked Mark, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? And he said neither. It all starts with engineering genetics to achieve the optimal chicken for egg laying. Hundreds of factors are considered when trying to produce the optimal chicken for egg laying. Some of these factors include the weight of the chicken, its aggressiveness, the size of the egg it produces, and the longevity of its life. Oakdale receives its eggs from Merrill's Hatchery in Burley, Idaho. At Merrill's Hatchery, the eggs are incubated till they hatch. On the day of hatching, the chicks are sexed, vaccinated, and then shipped to Oakdale. Upon arriving at Oakdale's Wrightwood farm, the day-old chicks are kept in a brooding house. A brooding house is like a nursery, where the chicks can grow strong and healthy. The house is kept at 91 degrees for the chicks' first few days. Then the temperature is dropped slowly by 1 degree per day until the house reaches 72 degrees. At 16 weeks, the chickens are then transported to a laying house. Oakdale has two types of egg-laying hens. These are Leghorn chickens. They produce the white eggs you find at any grocery store. With an increasing demand for organic eggs, Oakdale has began to produce free-range brown eggs, which are produced by these Rhode Island red hens. These hens are free to roam in and out of their laying house. However, this results in one problem. Chickens naturally revert to a pecking order. A pecking order is when one or two birds are picked out of the group to be picked on and bullied by the others. Oakdale is trying an experiment. They are placing organic hay in large steel cages and hoping that the chickens would rather peck at the hay than at each other. Egg producers make sure that there is little waste on the farm. As such, even the chicken's fecal matter has a use. All of the chicken's feces is dropped onto a conveyor belt. This belt leads to a building in the back of the farm. Chicken manure is chock full of nitrogen and is great for a healthy garden. Oakdale bags this manure and sells it to Walmart as fertilizer. Oakdale compiles its own feed. The major ingredients is corn and wheat, all of which is produced locally by Cache Valley farmers. However, some soybean meal is used, and that is produced in the Midwest. But the ingredients to the feed recipes are catered to the specific stages of life the chickens are in. For example, egg-laying hens need a decalcium blend more so than chickens that are too young and not mature enough to lay eggs. A typical hen produces 1 egg per day, and at Oakdale they have 850,000 hens. But because not all the hens are mature enough to lay eggs, 650,000 eggs are produced each day. When an egg is laid, it rolls onto a slow-moving conveyor belt. The egg goes through a series of conveyor belts that ultimately gather all the eggs from 11 different hen houses. The first step in processing these eggs is to wash them. The eggs are gently transported into a car wash-like machine, where the eggs are washed with a detergent that kills all salmonella and disinfects the eggs. A giant fan dries the eggs before each is inspected. First, a preliminary inspection by human, where cracked eggs are removed. Second is a machine that taps each egg individually, sending a sonar signal through the egg. The machine can then determine if the egg is cracked or has any minor imperfections. The next machine flashes a light to determine if any of the eggs have blood spots. All the eggs that the machine can detect that are imperfect are then discarded. Egg producers must comply with USDA and FDA food regulations. These regulations assure that the eggs are safe for human consumption. Eggs that fail inspection at any point fall into two categories. Eggs that are cracked but otherwise good are sold to local bakeries such as Pepperidge Farm, while eggs that are not safe for human consumption are sold as animal feed to people such as mink farmers. After being inspected by the FDA grader, the eggs are ready for packaging. The eggs continue down the automated process to the packaging machinery. This machine is completely computer controlled, with workers simply gathering the egg cartons. Workers remove the egg cartons from the line and prepare them for shipping. Each egg carton is marked with a stamp that identifies when and where the eggs came from. It also has an expiration date. The majority of the egg cartons used at Oakdale are produced in Toronto, Canada. While waiting to be shipped, the eggs are stored in a giant refrigerator, kept at 45 degrees, according to FDA regulations. These eggs are then loaded onto semi-trucks, which are also refrigerated. Oakdale sells its eggs to most major grocery stores, Smith's, Costco, Harmon's, and associated food stores like Lee's Marketplace or Macy's, either under the Oakdale brand or the store's own brand, such as Western Family. Once the egg has reached the market, it is ready for consumption. Whether you are eating at home or at a restaurant, the decision to eat your eggs poached, over easy, scrambled, or fried is up to you.